In pre-AI days, we did a lot of messaging around guided pathways, put stuff out on our website. But the primary way of students interacting with this was going to a counselor, right? But the problem is that we just simply don't have enough counselors for the number of students that we have. And students might wait weeks during peak periods to get access to a counselor. And so it was really kind of self-service through published materials, or go to a counselor to get that kind of one-on-one guidance that specifically takes into account where you're at and where you want to go, right? And so the idea with this guided pathways AI wasn't to replace the counselors, because the counselors provide many valuable things, and they provide valuable things beyond telling you what course to take next. But it was try to get away that students could self-service into some of this information, and get accurate advice that helps them stay on path, helps them not take courses that won't count towards their degree, and get them graduating sooner. When we went down this guided pathways approach, the goal is to help students, to help counselors, to help advance students' careers quicker. It's easy to throw this tool at the classes they were registered at. And there was this correlation that, fraudsters were taking really poor combinations of courses. And so this tool we built to try to figure out, hey, how on track are you, and how do we get you better on track with what your goal is, ended up having this kind of unintended benefit in terms of looking at fraudsters and assessing the courses they chose to take. And those people that were really far off had this correlation to also being fraudsters, right? And so it's that sort of stuff where you go down this path for one reason, and it was a noble reason, but then you find these other use cases for it that also help, with students as well. When we implemented our fraud model, it was a lot of work. We had 2 people who were darn near full-time implementing that model and applying that model. And it did amazing results, and that's amazing. I don't regret having done that. But that said, maintaining that going forward is a lot of work. And so our partnership with End-to-End and LightLeap has been amazing in terms of operationalizing that and freeing up some of our folks' time to go out and explore new areas and new applications of AI in terms of how we can get better, and really just operationalizing, what we've done with fraud, as well as taking advantage of their other models, right? We don't have a model that looks at the FAFSA data or the application data. And so now we have not only the coverage of the model that we built, but we have coverage in additional ways as well. And so that's peace of mind for our folks, and less maintenance in terms of doing that. And in terms of the guided pathways, we have a similar story, right? We put a lot of work into creating the foundation of the model, but we were really struggling with, okay, how do we roll this out to counselors? How do we get a UI? How do we address some of the business problems around, okay, we always want to recommend math courses or English courses in the first semester. And End-to-End and LightLeap have been really amazing partners in terms of coming to the table, helping build that UI, and helping turn this proof of concept into a reality, and something that we can use at our institution.